No, it's not hot in here, but this book sure as hell is. Hi guys, I'm Jessica and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. So I wanted to do these mini book reviews from now on just to give you guys a little snapshot of what I've been reading, whether it's throughout the month or just recently. Now, it won't be over every single book that I've read, but you know, just a little like spot check of what I have been recently reading in case you guys want to pick up the book, or perhaps not if I did not like it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the very first book that I read. So the very first book that I reviewed for you guys is You Had Me at Hola by Daria. So I originally had seen this particular book buzz all over on Bookstagram. Everyone seemed to have been reading this particular book, especially since it is currently National Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs through September 15th all the way to October 15th. So, like the follower that I am, I decided to pick it up myself. And boy, am I happy I did. So I do want to caveat this by saying this review will be with spoilers. So if you haven't read the book yet, or you really do not like spoilers, perhaps don't watch this. However, if you don't care about spoilers, or if you've already read this book and you just want to see my genuine review, definitely keep on watching. So let's first start with the plot. The story focuses on two main characters, Jasmine Lynn Rodriguez and Ashton Suarez, who are both famous telenovela actors, and they are cast in a new romantic comedy called Carmen in Charge, which is set and directed in New York City. After Jasmine has suffered a very messy and public breakup with her ex-boyfriend, she swears off men and really wants to focus on her lead title in the show and her blooming career. Ashton, on the other hand, really wants to make a break in the new show Carmen in Charge that he's cast in, as well as he swears off dating any sort of co-stars, as it has led to his son that he had in the past. And he also really wants to protect the privacy of his son by not telling anyone about him, so he keeps his son in Puerto Rico with his grandparents. So as you can imagine, in a very Brad and Angelina way, the two characters who are also co-stars with each other end up falling in love with each other, and the romance grows, the spice gets spicier. The truth is unveiled, and the media spotlight threatens to destroy it all. The story really does follow a very basic and traditional storyline, but I really did like how Ashton is very secretive and protective of his family, doesn't really like to be in the spotlight or in media very often. Whereas Jasmine Lynn, she's definitely more used to it. She's more open and vulnerable. She talks a lot about her family and is not afraid to, discuss things about her family with Ashton. But due to the media being so invested in their personal lives, you can really see how it shines a different light on men versus women. How, with women, if they're going through like a breakup or if they're dating someone new, that's pretty much the only thing that the media will focus on is who they are involved with, whether it's sexually or romantically, has nothing to do with their career. And you can really see how Jasmine gets frustrated with that. And then when it comes to men, the media is like, whatever, if you go through a breakup, it doesn't matter because we're just gonna shine the light on you in a positive way. So I thought this story was really interesting and painting a particular picture about the media. All right, so now let's get into the characters. I have to say that I really liked the two characters in this story. I thought Ashton and Jasmine were so well crafted by the author. One of my gripes with romantic novels is that they focus so heavily on the build-up and the romance that the characters aren't very fleshed out. This was completely opposite in this book. I thought that the characters were so well crafted. I absolutely loved Ashton Suarez. I thought that he was vulnerable, he was likable, I understood his perspective. We got a lot of his thoughts. I really like that she wrote from both perspectives. So you got Jasmine's voice, but you also got to hear from Ashton's voice. So it went back and forth between the two characters, sometimes within the same page, like on the same page, it would like flip voices. So I actually really liked that. I liked that we got the inner workings of their character, and it just wasn't like surface level. She got a little deeper into it. So I thought the characters were so great. And also I thought they were solid as standalone characters, which is something it's hard to do. Well, I don't know if I want to say it's hard, but I don't really see it a lot in romantic novels that I've read, or maybe the romantic novels that I've read, but some stories, the romance is great and the characters are wonderful together, but apart, you know, you really can't stand them. Not in this book. Like, both of the characters stand alone. I would probably read a story with, you know, them by themselves. I thought that they were so well done by Alex Daria, so kudos to her for not only making a strong story, but also building characters that are just as strong. Her even putting like Spanish in the book was amazing. I've taken Spanish from like all through high school, and I know little bits and parts of it, but even reading this, you know, I was able to understand it. It was honestly very incredible. I love that the characters spoke Spanish and she didn't like translate it. She just put the Spanish right in there. So I really thought that that was really clever of her, of making the characters speak Spanish. But she also, what I really like is that she also made Jasmine, you know, I think she's second or third generation, if I believe. So she actually struggled with Spanish, whereas Ashton was, you know, fluent, speaks Spanish all the time. So I really liked that element, because that is so true to, you know, what's going on right now. We have a lot of second, third, and fourth generation kids that, you know, may not know their native language, or may not know, you know, their parents, what they speak. So it's interesting that she included that in the story and with the characters. All right, so let's get into the romance. Whew, guys, when I say this was hot, this is spicy hot, okay? This was, oh man, they have about like three scenes in here that honestly I was like, wow, is it just me or is it this book? It's the book. It's definitely not me, but it was so good. Like, the juiciness of the story is absolutely incredible. I thought it was very well placed. The buildup was everything. I thought that she did such a good job with it. Yes, is it predictable? Absolutely. Can you see it coming from a mile away? Duh. But I mean, whatever. Whatever, okay? This book was so good. Honestly, the romance part of it, I was just like reading, and then I may have reread it again because it was so juicy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Ashton Suarez, woo! He is a little spice nugget, okay? Because, I mean, you just have to read it for yourselves. I'm not going to dive into those parts, but it was very, very good. I thought that she wrote it like you were experiencing it. I'll just say that. So, well done on the romance part, Alex Daria. I see what you're trying to do, girl. I see you. So my final overview of this book is that it was very good. I definitely enjoyed it. It's about 360 pages roughly, but I never felt that. I really sped through this book because it was very juicy and good. I don't think any parts should have been omitted. The pace was very steady, and you really don't feel like it's 360 pages. You feel like it's 100 pages because you're going through it so fast. Is it cheesy? I mean, yeah, absolutely. Is it predictable? Of course. But I will say that if you don't care about that, or you're just looking for something a little sugary, a little sweet, well, I would say more spicy than sweet, but you guys get the gist. I think this is perfect, you know, especially if you're wanting a break in your reading. For example, I've been reading a lot of heavier books with heavier topics, more serious topics, so this was perfect. It was like a margarita on a very hot day. I wish. But it was so good and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will say my only gripe with the book was I thought Jasmine was a little hard on him when he revealed that he had a kid, especially like due to his reasons. But I also feel like Ashton should have definitely told her that, you know, prior to them getting everything started. And I thought he was a little uptight, like, calm down, you know? He was just a little too reserved for me, but I don't know, I just think that that was pretty much it. Outside of that, I went into it expecting it to be like super juicy and super romancy, and that's exactly what it is. So I went into it knowing that, and I think that's why I wasn't really like disappointed. The ending was solid. It was very predictable. Like, she sets it up in the beginning of the story, so you kind of like know how it's going to end with the big like reunion and picnic that she had at her grandma's house or whatever. So you like know what's going to happen. I would only say that, like, it's predictable. It's a predictable story, but if you go into it with that expectation, then you will enjoy it just as much as I did. So my rating of this book, I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely enjoyed it. I think I can gush on and on about this book. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. I would recommend this book. It is just that good. It is a perfect reading book if you just want something easy, fun, spicy, you want something that's dynamic, it's something that has diverse characters, which I thought they did a really great job of. Yeah, this book was solid. It was very good. I liked the characters. I like how well developed they were. And yeah, overall, very good. So 4.5 stars for me. Definitely enjoyed it. Go pick it up. Let's talk about it because I had so much fun. Let me know what you guys think if you have read this book or if you're wanting to go pick it up. Great, so that was my very mini and short review. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will also show you guys what I read or what I'm reading now. It is Cast by Isabel Wilkerson, and I feel like I'm really gonna have to take my time with this one because this one is definitely heavy. It's a nonfiction book. It goes into the caste system that we have in America because yes, that does exist. So I've been really enjoying this one. I just started it. It is quite big and heavy. Smells great. Oh, I just love the smell of this book. I'm a book sniffer. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. But I'm reading Cast. Perhaps I'll do an in-depth review. I'm going to be annotating this book as well, as you can kind of see these little tabbies here, because I'm learning a lot in this book. So this is what I'm reading now, and I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed You Had Me at Hola by Daria. Please go pick that up because it was amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you watch all my other videos as well so you can stay up to date. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys later. Bye!